views, your opinions, they all have a place right here. From politics to business and the economy, from the social issues to the heart of the city. I'll be your companion, your source of information, and your partner in exploration. And it's just not about the headlines. It's about the conversations we have, the connections we make, and the impact we create. Your insights matter, your questions matter, and your energy matters. So whether you're in traffic, having breakfast, or starting your workday, I'll be right here, keeping you informed and engaged. So Lagos, stay tuned, set your alarms, and mark your calendars, and let's kickstart our mornings together, right here on the Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info and Kofi Bartels. Let's talk.
Live from the heart of Victoria Island, you're listening to your number one station, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back. We're ready to take your calls as we have our major conversation this morning. We want to know just how much should Nigeria's national minimum wage be? We've had, the zonal hearings of the tripartite committee on minimum wage, which was set up by the federal government in obedience to the National Minimum Wage Act. Which meant that the minimum wage of 30,000 naira was set to expire in March 2024. Whilst Labour is part of the ongoing engagement, we will not forget that the NLC went on a protest some days ago over the issues of salaries, wage award of palliatives for Nigerian workers following the economic hardship of hunger, the cost of living and all that. And the national president of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajero, had said before now that the NLC's position is that the Nigerian worker should be given a minimum of 1 million naira a month as salary. We want to find out from our guest this morning what he thinks about that, because, of course, when the zonal public hearings by that minimum wage tripartite committee held, the NLC from different parts of the country canvassed different amounts. They presented different amounts. Southwest had its own, Southeast had its own, South had its own. We had 400 and something thousand, 700 and something thousand, 800 and something thousand. It's a bit of a confusing one for some of us. I want to introduce our guest this morning. He's a political economist and an investment banking executive. He comes packed with a lot of experience, quite a reputable and well-informed analyst, Mr. Nnaemeka Onyeka Obiaraeri. I think I should also add that he's a politician. Mr. Barry, I don't know why we always leave that out, but please shift your seat a bit to your, okay, fantastic. We always leave that out. But, well, they say human being is a political animal, so we're all politicians. It's good to have you, sir. Good morning to you. Yeah, Mr. Barry, good morning.
Good morning. Point of correction. I am not a politician. I'm a volunteer change agent.
Okay. All right. Noted. Okay. We'll make that change. Thank you very much. So for those of you listening, please feel free to call 0700-993-993-993. Number to call 0700-993-993-993. And of course, you can call for our female listeners who are listening to us. Call 0201-465-7190. That's if you find it difficult to get through to us using our initial main line. Female listeners, alternative line for you, 0201-465-7190. We also have a WhatsApp available for just messages this morning as far as this conversation is concerned. 080-9597-5805. 080-9597-5805. Mr. Nnaemeka Onyeka Obiaraeri is a development economist. He is an investment banker, a creative financial engineer, a forensic auditor, an agripreneur, and like he said, a volunteer change agent. Well, Mr. Barry, let us start by asking for your thoughts on the ongoing, engagement between the federal government and the different stakeholders, being organized private sector, the private sector, it's organized labor, organized private sector, and the state and federal governments in the form of the tripartite committee. Do you think this is the way to go about it? Having zonal hearings to listen to what the different parts of the country are saying and all that. Is this the way to go about it? We know the National Assembly, by way of the House of Reps, also have their own committee for minimum wage. It's a bit confusing for some of us.
Sincerely, it saddens me that we know the right things to do, very simplistic ways of doing things, and we always create committees upon committees, waste time, waste resources for something that we can just plot the numbers and arrive at a very credible and fair answer that satisfies every stakeholder's demand. I know, remember there was this controversy about ₦1 billion sought, 1.8 billion naira that was sought, for the 37-man committee. Later, the presidency approved 500 million naira. Nigerians bailed out and they stopped. Of course, we know those committees are meeting, and I won't be shocked at the end of the committee meetings for us to hear hundreds of million naira being wasted on those committee sittings and meetings. We don't need any committee to fix minimum wage. Let us look at the history. Even in private services, even in every organized organization, you don't need committees to take informed and rational decisions that can be scientifically driven. In 2011, when the minimum wage was changed to 18,000 under Goodluck Jonathan, the exchange rate value of that 18,000 naira was $116. In 2018, when Buhari increased it to 30,000 naira, the exchange rate as at that time made the minimum wage dollar equivalent to be $83. If you want to arrive at an average, 116 plus 83 divided by 2 is $99.50. Multiply it by the current official exchange rate, it gives you around 150,000 naira per month as minimum wage. So whatever they are negotiating should be a band of 100,000 to 150,000 naira as minimum wage. You don't need any committee. Ajero saying that he wants 1 million naira as minimum wage is very laughable. The federal government of Nigeria trying to say, oh, they want to set up committees to do this is also very laughable and very, very time wasting and all those stuff. And again, we also need to look at the oral senior reports that have been lying fallow for the past 12, 13 years. The era of professionalism in the civil service was destroyed under the military regime. Between 1960 to 1966, we had a very efficient public service that were policy makers. Public service that were occupied by men and women who understood what it means to make public policies and programs that will bring about development and prosperity. And of course, we had the economies of the regions then growing at an average of about 9% per annum. In fact, the economy of the old Eastern Nigeria was reputed to be the fastest growing in the Commonwealth. And there was no fossil fuel. The civil servants were well paid and well remunerated. In fact, once you enjoy the civil service as a director or that level, you automatically get a car. And I remember even in the 80s, civil permanent secretaries were receiving 504, 505 saloon cars. I remember one of my uncles that worked in the UK civil service that came back to Nigeria, got enrolled under the public service in Imo State. The first thing that they gave him was a brand new Passat.
Yeah.
And the truth is, the civil service then were lean and very efficient.
Yeah.
Basically, the civil service we have today have been corrupted by all manner of nepotism, all manner of quackery, all manner of cronyism. Once somebody becomes governor or minister or president, he will go to pack all manner of human beings who have no value to add to the system, just to place them on minimum wage salary. I am not here to let the woes. Minimum wage, scientifically, between 100,000 and 1,000. And there is no governor that cannot pay it. And this is the truth. When I hear that governors are owing salaries, it breaks my heart. They will tell you, oh, their allocation from Abuja, the FAC and JAC and IGR cannot pay the civil servants because you are not utilizing them. There is no human being that is entirely useless. You can retrain them and utilize them in diverse ways. See, I have a book I am writing, and there is something that stops me. Any governor that is creative and right thinking can provide maximum security 24/7 in his community, even without looking at the federal government. I can assure you this. Can provide employment, then create programs that can drive private-public partnership that will create massive jobs. If I'm a governor, I inherited a civil service force that is eating up 75% of allocation to my state. I would devise unique ways. I'm not going to sack them as long as they are healthy. They have their limbs, they have their back, and they carry. Anybody can be trained. Anybody, if wild animals can be domesticated, human beings can be retrained to be useful. All I will do is I have in that book that I'm going to publish. I have templates, different sectors, how I can retrain, utilize them to create so much wealth that by the time we look at the IGR from my state, the wages of civil servants properly paid will not be more than 30% of the entire revenue that will come to my state. And this is the truth. Look at the federal government, 28.7 trillion naira budget, 9.9 trillion on recurrent expenditure of less than 1 million human beings out of a population of 207 million, 8.2 trillion debt services incurred to service the profligacy and the profligacy and the corruption in the public sector. We are practically spending 62% of our annual national budget to take care of the profligacy and the wastages of less than 1% of our population. Go to Singapore, go to Malaysia, go to Indonesia, go to South Africa. Check the amount of recurrent expenditure that they pay those in the public service compared to the revenues. Practically less than 25%. And here we waste 62% of our national resources, taking care of mostly indolent, lazy, and unproductive human beings that we can make productive through fiscal rejigging of our ways of life. For me, without wasting time, we don't need committees. Minimum wage should be between 100,000 to 150,000. And any state governor that cannot pay it should resign and walk away.
All right. I don't know if Joy Ajero hears this, whether he would want to launch a protest against you because it's far from the 1 million he talked about. But you've given us a breakdown. We want to take some calls now at 0700-993-993-993. Mr. You've said a lot in a short space of time. You've given us a breakdown of where you're getting your 100 to 150,000 naira from. For those who missed the mathematics, maybe before we go, I'll crave your indulgence to go back there again. But 0700-993-993-993. If you want to place a call through, please do that. What should Nigeria's minimum wage be? Is what we're looking at this morning, and I guess has answered the question straight to the point. He says 100,000 to 150,000 naira. Don't forget, he's a development economist. He's an investment banking executive. He's an agripreneur. He's an entrepreneur. He's a change volunteer and all that. So he's in a position to do the calculations from different segments of the economy. But if you think you have a different opinion, feel free to call in and let's see what you have. Hello, good morning. All right, Lagos, keep calling 0700-993-993-993.
Hello, good morning, Kofi.
Good morning, welcome. Name and contribution, very quickly, please.
This is Honorable Godstime from Aja.
Godstime, please go on.
Okay, I want to say that because if you look at the rate of the Economist today, according to Joe Ajolo, before he proposed to 1 million as a minimum wage, he said that if you look at the rate of one bag of rice now, about 85,000 naira in the market, say 30,000 naira minimum wage, and the minimum wage guest is talking about cannot even buy 2 bags of rice, because if you look at the rate of the economy, the rate of height is costing in the market. Maybe that amount that this thing is talking cannot even take the best amount to the house.
Thank you very much. So you're saying you're looking at the bag of.
I never finished with my statement.
Finally, one more sentence.
I never finished with my statement.
One more sentence.
Hello.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, before this minimum wage can be increased, let them regulate the economy so that everybody can, the promises and the civil servant can be able to go and if they pay you 50,000 naira, that 50,000 can be able to carry you go home. But it's not like that. That is more minimum wage that I guess is talking.
Thank you. Your time has long been up. We have Sunday on the line. Sunday, where are you listening to us? What's your contribution, please? Hello, Sunday, are you there? Sunday, can you hear me? Okay, we'll take another call. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Name and contribution, please.
Okay, I'm Comrade Julius calling from Ikorodu.
Welcome. What are your thoughts?
Hello?
Yeah, go on. Listening to you.
Okay. In line with that, the issue of a minimum wage. Hello?
We're waiting.
So my own take is that the issue of minimum wage need to be sorted out as quickly as possible. The issue of 1 million naira proposed by Ajero is not feasible. It's not feasible. So there's need for action on it. The government needs to be proactive to avoid the issue of strike.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have another call at 99.3. Good morning. Okay, Mr. Barry, you had the different callers, but the first caller said, George has been talking about a bag of rice. And that, you need something. It's like a bag of rice is 70,000 going on 80, if not 80 already. So that 100, 250 you're talking about may not be able to buy one bag of rice or two bags of rice, sorry. So what do you say to that analogy?
A bag of rice is 80,000 naira because of two factors. Two factors that can be traced to insecurity and forex volatility. Insecurity because farmers were denied from going to the farm. Forex volatility because most of the inputs used in rice production are imported, like the diesel that is used to power the tractors, that is used to power the farm implements. Today, a liter of the diesel is going for 1,700 naira from a level of about 300 naira that it was 2 years ago. So all this input cost is why we are having rice. We are not producing enough. We have a domestic supply demand of 7.5 million tons, and we only produce 3.8. Like he pointed out, rice is 80,000. But if we decide today, Ajero, as the NLC chairman, working with his people in the ministries and departments, supporting the government, and the government decide today to do the right thing and buy into some of our honest suggestions on how we can fight insecurity. If we can create clusters of 3,500 acres of land in every electoral ward in Nigeria and provide 100 armed, well-equipped military men in every of those clusters, and we decide even this month of March to do 1 million hectares of the Geri species rice plantation. By September this year, we will be producing enough rice that will cover 2 times our domestic demand, and that will crash the price of rice down to nothing less than 30,000 naira a bag. These things are scientific. We have a template for this. The whole input cost, how it is going to work, how it's going to be processed, the derivative that will be produced from it, the husk that will be used to do animal feeding and all those stuff, animal feedlots. So the AJRO and the civil servants have a role to play. The refineries are not working. For 8 years under Buhari, we wasted 16 trillion naira, $34 billion. These people that were working in those refineries, members of NOPENG and TUC, who are also part of those who are clamoring for 1 million minimum wage, we are collecting 120 billion naira every year as salaries and recurrent expenditure. Losses on a refiner was not. For 8 years, they could not go on strike or demonstrate or shut down the government until those refineries are fixed. After we have wasted, if those refineries are working, we won't be having some of the problems we're having. Spending $24 billion importing mineral oil and
Mr. Barry, I'm so sorry to interject.
Yeah, we'll come back. Victims.
All right, sir, please hold the thought.
Part of the roads in Nigeria.
We'll come back to you, sir.
Introducing the essence of true authenticity in fragrance, Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent, a unique blend that captivates the authentic spirit of Nigeria, now available in both perfume and body spray. Designed for everyone, yes, you heard it right. Wazobia is a unisex fragrance perfect for both men and women. Its rich and versatile aroma is a statement of inclusivity and unity. Unleash your confidence with every spray. Are you a retailer or do you love to buy in bulk? We've got you covered across Nigeria. Wazobia Perfume comes in cartons of 24 bottles and the body spray is available in cartons of 48. Interested in making Wazobia Perfume a part of your collection or store? For carton purchases, contact us at email contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng. That is in capital letters, contact@wazobiacosmetics.ng, or call us on 0809 597 5981 0809 597 5981. Our team is ready to assist you with your orders. Wazobia Perfume, the correct scent. Your new signature fragrance is just a call or a click away. Authentic, unisex, confidence, Wazobia.
This is an infomercial.
Okay, yeah, we're still taking your thoughts to go on another break, but if you want to be a part of the conversation, we have more time after the next set of commercials. Mr. Obiaraeri is still with us. He will be giving us more of his expert opinion. You heard him say that even the NLC and TC members are also part of government. They're part of government, and so they can also play a role in ensuring that the price of food goes down so that we can have a lower minimum wage. We'll be right back. Please stay with us. Check it out. Still the morning crossfire. My name is Kofi Bartels.
Tasty jingles from Go Terra. Ramadan is upon us. Let's forget your little with dairy parts on every Friday and visit Benedict Month. Shows the sign your sahur and iftar roll. Just are you pay Nigeria from the Ramadan Hollandia.
In the platform, it is with brand new HFM water bro. It's free to be trade for HFM dream and dash. Action fest HFM from the rest.
Don't you visit the FM app on Google Store if free site.
In of Ramadan is Nigeria only keep you inspired to this weekend.
And there's in African magic about 30 game.
Oh, every day, every day, Maggie, cook bread.
Do you get to learn traction you can not charge off for? Tanda Secure School advisable and guns Spartans and cut off sanitation for Tanda Secure School restore your trends. Really download the app and or visit www.tandasecure.com and they offer sandals at Tanda Secure for measure secure your life safety.
Sharing Hamadi Talbot and Bars and 30,000 new place as and unlimited slots correct to the early albums of doctors larger than life will give back.
Vitamin B and it's also stay right on you.
Praise for DX, my some like we will give you data for don't eat out trip TN line.
1.3 level.
It's morning on 99.3
Well, much Nigeria's national chief guessing having a circle. He's at issues between 100 teeth in that band. Also, his reasons are good. But on leave, I told me I held his friends in midway of 6 years old last week. The West Southern LD, who has asking us for 1 minimum wage. South Star of the North and Tears for 97 to that's where the Tears for 7,000. So, now and fix up West for 80,000. But 1 hour in the and Nigerian. First service 999 special lyrical 6. 10 more guys to more than right. Possibly highlight one following, refugee which 8 and he I'd say kind of like right. What you have looked at my black shit and let's see 3 to immigrant reports to reach him make a strong and make and what 50,000 would be.
We are dealing with our lives. Else and down 10 like operation. 900 million people. Estimates. Nigeria has population of 11 million people that are under 65 years. Given. We discussed this last year around less than 1 million persons. Part of the population, we must know from this. I say it with essence of point and not successful when such public service, the banks, the banks have held and they all right to their own family, they believe that this to the so let's not lose sight of facts. When we have made way, we should show the other area. Multi-measure point has good development. Just look at the guys talk to the I will maybe 2 million out here. All of it out of is 800 of course. We but as they do. About any think of the point. Think about and like the values of years. No matter like what of the area. See kind of feel all that we put on the and that's it. For broken. The to this have but which is better to be honest. Taking up us good as tomorrow brand the focus on the let us but on that work the first and last the members you have even and Make up you sit down. You sit down. You show the left this night. You stop. In have the office.
Let's say the moving to the work. The problem is that says one took a fun of that the date of financial mechanism business to time and so which the issue of the say need really a list paying the movies or the national survey that people and force of these can be surveys loan.
And people able to clear the not to move all the and on $2 they can't put people going stop. They don't have some Thank you very shopping. Welcome. You should be hello. Welcome. Very quick. Much time. Go to time. One day we'll take back on this V. No one has a question wait from that mean. Rafash back rev. One by 3 minutes. When we say it's about so low and it will over us. Else 5 goals. Now it was on here. Get when you see the link to see. Sorry, see. To go for families. When
maybe thank you very much for your time.